Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Arget and this is Team Fortress 2, Train of Thought. What the fuck is that, you may ask? Well, this is a brand new series I may keep doing in the future, depending on your response, guys. Where I write a script with my thoughts about a particular subject and then I narrate them for you. But let me actually start the video now. Today's topic is gonna be new weapons. Some of you know, I love to express my creativity in 3 different ways. My YouTube channel, obviously, my DeviantArt, that I spam at you guys as frequently as possible, and my third, kind of obscure one. If that means something to you, you have been following me on the internet from the longest of times. If you don't, I will explain to you what it is. When somebody adds a weapon model to the workshop, this guy called Karma Charger usually makes a demonstration video. Since the longest of times, I've been creating new stuff for those weapons, receiving quite a good response from the community. Well, there is someone who says stop items. Over the months, I've come to realize what makes a weapon balanced, and more importantly, good. But let's go to the important things here. You know, TF2 recently added some new weapons in Sismas, and even though some people would just think, yay, new weapons, there is more about it than just add a weapon. A lot of TF2 players have been complaining about the game not adding new weapons in the last updates, but that's because Valve wants to add good weapons. Yeah, sure, everyone can take a minigun and say plus 80 spin-up speed, minus 30% speed when deployed. Is that balanced? Yeah, I'll just assume that it is. Is that a good weapon? No. Why is that? I mean, it's new and it's balanced. Why am I not getting fun with it? I will tell you why. Because it is not necessary. What? Why do you use that word, Arget? Well, think for a moment about the, I think, most boring weapon in the game. Family business. This shotgun is pretty balanced, yet nobody really uses it. Why? Because it is basically a regular shotgun. It doesn't offer you a new experience, it doesn't cover a class weakness, it is just boring. Where am I going with all of this? Well, Valve doesn't add new weapons because the game doesn't need new weapons. Let's think about the last weapon added, and why they were added. The Iron Bomber is clearly fulfilling the need of a Demon Knight that wants to jump. As you can see, it is way easier to jump with this than with the regular grenade launcher. The Quick Bomb Launcher is compensating the recent nerf on the stock Sticky Bomb Launcher that wasn't nerf enough, providing a spammable supply of stickies. And then there is this thing that is boring, because nobody needs it. Why? What are you giving me the biggest bazooka in shotgun form? The shotgun is a secondary. I want to have it loaded so I can shoot fast. As an engineer, I want to be able to destroy that spike fast. That's what the shotguns are about, not freaking load shit and then shoot it. How is that gonna help me? What experience am I getting from it? Death, death, and more death. When the TF2 teams wants to add a weapon, they have to detect a problem, a hole in the gameplay, something that hasn't been filled yet. Over the years, those problems have been becoming more and more rare. Heavy is slow? Checked. Pyro needs mobility? Checked. Snipers are easy to stab? Checked. Spies easily set on fire? Checked. We have been given all of these weapons that solve all of our problems, gives us no new ways to play the game. And then, we expect to be getting new weapons with regularity. If Valve doesn't add anything, we get angry because they don't add new stuff. But when the fans are too demanding and Valve literally has to add something, we get shitty weapons, as was expected from a pressurized desperate team. And we get mad as well. Team Fortress 2 doesn't have holes to fill in, so we can get new weapons now. We have to wait until a new problem appears, a new hole opens in the gameplay. And then, Valve will give us that new sweet weapon that will perfectly fit in the game. So now that we have detected a problem, we have to get an idea for fixing the problem. Let's for example grab a problem that Valve are already fixing. Spy is frail. Say goodbye to your shit! So yeah, Spy needs a weapon that gives him either more health or resistances. Since resistances are easier to program, we are gonna go with that. Now, the way Spy is played needs those resistances to be only temporary or... well... Yeah, good shot. That was a nice shot. Yeah, you keep doing that. Okay, you're dead. And since Spy is a strategical class, we will have the player to manage those resistance. Since the only weapon that Spy can activate and deactivate on command is his watch, we will make a watch that makes you resistance while you're invisible. Yeah, we have the idea! Now the next part, balancing the weapon. This is what requires more texting. Following our previous example, this watch will allow you to play more aggressively, so let's nerf the sneakiness, reducing clock time, forcing you to not use it until you have it completely recharged, and incorporating a Skrillex song as unclocking sound. Now it's balanced! Not just grab a random model you have in the box, get a cool name, and you have a good weapon! That's what differentiates a good weapon from a bad one. The need of it. That's why we are getting such bad weapons, and why we don't getting them as frequently. I could go over every single weapon, but this video is probably too long already, so let's leave it here. Maybe next time we will talk about why the Pyro needs a nerf. Of course, if you want me to talk about something in particular, leave it in the comment below. If it unleashes a train of thoughts in my mind, I will do a video about it. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay MLG.